hunt for Jass's new home continued after our hero exchanged contact info with a minotaur named Gritharis before hopping back on the WYRM to head to the next location. However, this time things went a bit off the rails, literally, when the WYRM, which apparently was a massive monstrosity known as an astral dreadnought, burst from the ground, causing death and destruction that was only stopped by a group of adventurers. Shaken by the experience but determined to continue, Jass made her way to Dread Heights, along the way making another shocking discovery, a bag left behind on a WYRM containing some scrolls, a holy book, and robes that looked suspiciously like those Bless Wholeheart, her party's old cleric, used to wear. While checking out the Dread Heights apartment, Jass was nearly caught in an explosion that destroyed the property, some kind fiends helping her to her feet and giving her a business card in case she ever needed anything. Strange. Jass finally left the ruins of the third apartment on her list, heading back on the subway where she was caught by an influencer looking to conduct a man on the street style interview with her, and that's where we are right now. Hey yo! And turn to see this dark elf wearing a black graphic tee that has a horrifying looking maw of a worm on it, the words "worm talk" within it. You see he has a stud earring in one ear and a small gold chain and a backwards hat on, lavender eyes filled with all the smug confidence of a content creator. He holds with him a small microphone in hand, and his friend, this little goblin in a hoodie that has the same logo on it, is holding up his scry phone, clearly filming you. Can we interview you?
Do I want to be interviewed?
Yeah, can we interview you?
For what?
He looks back at his goblin friend. We're with WYRM Talk.
Okay.
Do you not know WYRM Talk?
No, I just moved here.
Perfect. All right, hey yo, and welcome to WYRM Talk. I'm Darren Darkblade, and I'm here to see who squirms within the worm.
Do I look into the thing, or do I look at you?
Look towards the camera. I mean, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Come on. Yeah.
Hey, WYRM Talk.
Today we've got, and he turns the microphone towards you.
Do I have to give you my name? I'm still not sure what's happening.
Come on, just give me the name.
Clover.
All right, Clover. I'm going to ask you some questions, and depending on your answers, you could win 50 gold.
Oh. Well, in that case, my name is Jassifer.
Okay, weird that you gave me a different name, but I'm gonna move on. Question 1. In 5 words or less, what brought you to forever?
I died, then was resurrected.
Excellent. Question 2. Finish the DJ Bard Boy lyric. No emotion.
Shit, I just put that on shuffle when I work out. It's Clover's phone.
I'm sorry, the answer was that's weakness.
Oh, okay. Next time.
No emotion, that's weakness.
That's weakness.
No emotion, that's weakness.
I like that one. I knew that one.
Question 3. Do you think that gamers are the most oppressed group in this city?
I suddenly see the opportunity to say something that matters, and I look into the camera and I say, I think that worms are the most oppressed group in the city.
Well, we here on WYRM Talk love that.
You should all be ashamed.
Question 4. Wed, bed, behead. Borea Twilight, Pierce Ambrosian, or Cosmic Emperor Derelictus Incompetence III?
Not behead the Emperor.
Good answer.
You can just all mix up the rest, because I don't know who those people are.
All right, well, finally, question 5. Can't wait for this to be over with. Do you want to take the gold or double it and give it to the next person?
No, take it.
Give me a performance check.
Okay. Why would I give it to another person? Not one.
Ooh, I'm sorry. A lot of those answers were super weird.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know if I did my best here. To be fair, when you take people off the street and you interview them, you gotta know you might be catching someone on the way to, I don't know, a funeral or an apartment showing.
Thank you so much for joining us, Jassifer.
Wait,
it's been fun to watch you squirm.
When can I see this?
Come on, say it with me. It's been fun
It's been fun.
to watch you squirm.
I don't know. I walk off camera.
The train begins to slow, and the scry phone is clicked off, and Darren Darkblade looks at you and goes, sorry, man.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I didn't come onto this expecting 50 gold, so I guess it's fine. That I'm not getting 50 gold. What were the answers you wanted? Just out of curiosity.
You'll just have to watch and find out. The camera's on again, and the doors ding
can
open,
I
and he
do
runs
that?
off with his goblin friend.
I'm gonna have to ask Clover about that later. Hope she's not mad that I used her name. They're probably gonna cut out the bit where I said my real name.
You exit the worm station into the Taillands on your quest to find your perfect apartment. And the first thing you notice as you step through the mouth-like opening of the worm station is just how absolutely abysmal this district is.
Yeah, it's not good. I've heard.
Ruined. Ever-smoking buildings line the cracked streets, potholes filled with pools of stinking still water, air thick with an acrid, rotting smell, trash can fires surrounded with a few disenfranchised folk. They eye you with a mixture of fear and opportunistic wickedness. But you are not fazed by that. The terrain, the environment, that triggers something within you, something deeper, a memory of the terrible times in which you fought against Grimgrave.
Not exactly a popping tourist spot, but maybe the cheap price will be worth it.
A scream tears you from your thoughts, and you rip towards it to see all these folks huddling around a trash can fire dive out of the way as a group of demons riding a twisted dune buggy smash through it, howling with delight. They tear off down the road, cackling as these folks help each other up and scamper out of sight down an alley, leaving you amongst this post-apocalyptic cityscape, the worst of the Tribad. Honestly, Jass, you'd probably clock this as being similar to if you were walking through any natural environment. Like if you were walking through a forest, life is around you, but it is cautious. It is not just out in the open, just rushing around when there's potential predators that might attack at any moment. So there's definitely like the occasional light flickering within a window or someone peering at you from a shattered door frame, but no one is just like casually walking out in the street like you are.
Might be hard to have company. I don't know if I could picture Clover's kids coming to visit. So that's a huge pro. All right, let's look for Tartar Boulevard.
You begin to walk, passing by abandoned streets, occasionally hearing the roar of some sort of war machine or the terrified shrieks of
Just like Queens.
of various of various good folk. You follow the sounds further down the street as it curves under the starry, dreamlike sky. Turning around the cracked concrete corner of an old building, you see a multi-floored saloon that glows with colorful light and smokes from the few fires that have broken out throughout it. The source of this insane cacophony you had been hearing. You approach slowly and see the apartment that you seek is above this unhinged bar. You clock the number. You have to pass through it to find your home.
Okay. Well, I guess it's nice to have somewhere you could get a drink underneath.
You head towards the saloon, and as you approach, the body of a gray-skinned deep gnome is launched through one of the few unbroken windows, crumpling onto the ground before your feet.
I step over him.
He's fully unconscious, so he is unfazed as you pass him by and push through the saloon doors to enter into a space that can only be described as pure chaos. Beings of all kinds, predominantly demons, are engaged in a gleeful but violent brawl that consumes the entire space. Glasses are being thrown, smashing against the head of these frog-like creatures that are trying to stab down onto an unconscious dwarf. A halfling and a small chartreuse demon known as a quasit are like rolling around in a tight wrestle. A fire has broken out in one corner, a man warming his hands over it as a dragonborn shoves a blue-skinned celestial's face into it. Behind the bar is a Garistro demon, this hulking pig-faced minotaur-like creature covered in brick orange fur with golden bracers on its thick muscular arms, acting as a bartender for all those in front. He pours several frothy, rancid-looking drinks for a bachelorette party of ranging species, then grabs, pulls, and fully rips off the head of this elven man who's complaining about how long his drink was taking. He showers the various people around him in gore, then tosses the head to a table of goblins who are just kicking it around. This is literally a small corner, a small fraction of the abyss, just planted here in this terrifying burrow.
Wow, homie.
Goo looks absolutely terrified, and standing in this doorway, you see how big the task of making it across the bar to the doorway on the far end, at the end of a hallway labeled number 4, is.
Oh, we can't just bail on an appointment that Clover set up for us. Let's just put our heads down. Or you put your pseudopod down.
Lowers a little pseudopod. Between you and this apartment are 60 feet of people and then a long hallway leading to another door. You are forced to duck as a glass bottle shatters above your head. I need you to roll initiative.
Okay. 14.
The lair action is going to go before you. You were basically seeing if you can get a head start on this, but this lair, this bar called the Bottomless Bottle, is an absolute battlefield. There's a great distance between you and your goal, and it is definitely considered difficult terrain. So essentially consider this 60 feet or maybe 90 feet because of the hallway. Consider that to be 180 feet because it is so packed together, unless you find a way to navigate around the difficult terrain per se. At the top of this lair action, and shout out to Joey's Journey, written by Joseph Mullins, for this list of fun brawl encounters. I need you to roll a d10.
Here we go. 3.
You are running forward and see as this human man is tossed into one of the tables, spilling all the drinks and knocking it before you. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. An 8.
You take 6 damage as this table is smashed against you, but you are then spared from the worst effect, which is someone throwing a glass bottle at this man who had just fallen. The table takes the impact, it smashes against it. If you had passed, you would have been the one hit by the bottle.
Oh no.
It is now your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna nimble escape, disengage. Oh, you know what? Actually, can I dash forward and then try and duck under a table? Because I can nimble escape. I can either use disengage or hide. So I think I'll instead try weaving in between these big giant limbering fiends' legs and stuff, and keeping to the shadows. Goo's pulling me to the side when I'm about to someone's about to fall backwards on me off of a table, and he jerks me forward.
I'm gonna say that's gonna manifest as advantage on the next check that comes your way. So you are 60 feet away from your goal. Next up is again the lair action. Go ahead and give me a d10 roll.
9.
You see a bard, this spiked, horrific looking demon wearing a duster and a cowboy hat, is playing this wicked tune on his lute when suddenly someone bumps into him and he turns, snarls, "Watch it!" grabs the neck of the lute and smashes it down. He's gonna roll. You want him to hit. If he misses, he's gonna hit you.
Okay.
He has to hit a 15. He adds 5 to this. That is a natural 20.
Ooh.
You successfully are avoided as he smashes the guitar over the demon that you're hiding behind.
Sorry to that guy.
That is their turn, and it is now your turn again.
Well, first of all, I feel like shit. I'm this day has badly injured me. And so I could keep kind of scurrying across the floor, but it seems pretty dangerous, I'm in the way of a lot of stuff. So I think I'm gonna try and I wrap Goo around my arm and my hand, kind of stretching him out like a rope. It's like you're winding a cable around your elbow, And then I'm gonna try and lasso him onto a railing and swing using him, Tarzan style, just over the floor.
I'm going to say if you execute this maneuver correctly, you will be able to move like an actual dash action's distance. So the way we're going to do this is you're going to roll an attack to see if you can sling goo out and sort of whip yourself using him over this crowd.
Yeah, I'm going to find an anchor point like a broken peg in the banister and latch myself onto that and swing out over.
The AC of wood is 15, so you have to hit a 15 on your attack roll.
I have +6 to ranged attacks.
Odds are in your favor.
Beautiful, that's a dirty 20.
You whip Goo out, who sticks to the banister of the second floor. You run forward, launching yourself off the back. Just give me an acrobatics check to see how you execute this maneuver. So you have latched on, but you do need to fling yourself in the correct direction.
Now, yeah, gotta give myself momentum, and also Goo has to not give out. I'm not so certain that he won't just dissolve in the middle.
Just being pulled in two different directions.
It's a 9.
You manage to latch onto the banister, and as you swing, it snaps off, and you go tumbling into the crowd. Now, I will say that you moved another 30 feet uninterrupted, so you are 30 feet away, landing right before the hallway next to the bar towards the apartment, but you are going to take some damage.
Okay.
I'm just going to make it a D4.
Okay. I can't go down.
Or so we hope.
Unless there's a special bonus you're adding.
That is going to be 2 damage.
I'm at 4 hit points right now. I'm so deeply injured.
We are back to the top of the round. The lair action. Give me a D10 roll. You are within striking distance of the apartment. You just have to survive another good round.
That's a 1 on the D10. That's gotta be good. That's gotta be a good Noah blowing out air. You
begin to rush down this hallway, and as you do, someone exits from a doorway on it labeled kitchen, and they carry with them a big steaming bowl of hot soup. As you rush forward, blindly trying to escape, you collide with this waiter, and the soup is launched into the air. Hot soup, my friend.
Hot soup?
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Play a fantasy game, they said. You will feel like a hero, they said.
You will escape the real-world problems like spilling soup on yourself, they said.
Which I already do every day. I rolled a 14.
You save, which means you are going to take half damage here.
Still, I think will be my end.
You take 4 half to 2 damage.
Oh my god.
And you are not blinded.
I have 2 hit points left, and I'm not blinded. The soup would have blinded me, would have burned my eyes.
It would have burned your eyes. You are close to the door now. It is your turn. What do you do?
I take a deep breath. I look back at all of the insanity. I lay on hands myself for 10 hit points, and then I open the door and go through.
You use the rest of your movement and go through this door and scramble up the creaking, oft-broken stairs that lead to the second floor, then the third, then the fourth, a secret stairwell that weaves through this multi-tiered bar to a secret pocket of a room, this secret 4th floor. At the top of the stairs, another door blocks your path. This one a lot sturdier than the first, formed of this thick iron and engraved with these strange, wicked-looking runes that are so evil you begin to hear like whispers in your mind.
I knock. Hi, Jassifer, I'm here for the door.
After a moment, a thick, opaque opening that is clearly a spy hole where someone could see outside of slits open.
I wave.
You don't see anyone through the slit. They're clearly avoiding the slit in case there's an eye contact magic that you can do on them.
You said your name was Jassifer?
That's me. Were you expecting me? There's a brawl, and you're downstairs, by the way.
The door opens a bit.
Come inside, come inside.
Okay, I slip in.
Entering into this apartment, you are surprised by how normal it is. Aesthetically, it matches the wood of the bar, but it is way more cozy. Warmly lit by these vintage lamps, this large living space is attached to a full kitchen, 2 separate rooms for the bedroom and the bathroom. It isn't furnished, but there's still plenty of room to do all sorts of decorating in this home that is hidden within this bar brawl. At first, you don't see the individual who had let you in, but then out of the corner of your left eye, you clock a rosy-cheeked woman with dark hair and blue eyes, wearing a black pantsuit hiding behind the door. There's a moment where you think she's gonna lunge at you with this small blade that she wields before she goes,
Oh, thank the gods.
This woman straightens up and slips the knife back in her sleeve, putting her hand out.
Bethany Graham, Sombra Real Estate. I've been camping out here for days. It's so wonderful to finally meet you. Cindaris told me all about your situation. So sad.
Thanks, yeah. My life is so sad. Nice to meet you, Bethany. I'm Jassifer. I'm not super impressed by the exterior of the apartment and the downstairs situation, but you know what, I'm here, so let's check it out. And if you need an escort to get out of here, I can probably help you out.
No, there's supposed to be another person today, so I should probably hide out here. But you know, the outside's a little rough, but she gestures to the rest of the apartment. It is quite nice.
How's the soundproofing in here? Can I hear chaos from downstairs?
Can't hear a thing.
All right, there's something.
Everything seems to be fully functioning. You take a look around, you check the cabinets for rocks. There is nothing of note. The only negative, it seems, is that you have to seemingly go through an eternal bar brawl to get to your home. And you also consider the possibility that someone incredibly violent and evil could break into your apartment, or would at least try to.
Well, water runs hot.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
How much is this one again?
This one is only going to be 6 gold.
Well, that's definitely in the range of what I'm looking for.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. And you don't need like a guarantor or anything?
What is that?
Well, the fact that you don't know it means you probably don't need it. I'm glad to hear that you're interested. If you have any questions, just let me know.
Okay, sounds good. I'll just reach out to you if I'm interested.
Here, and she reaches into her bag and rummages around and produces a healing potion for you.
Oh, thanks. Wow. That's a nice touch, Bethany.
Yeah, you know, it's like having a water bottle in the Uber. Plus, I think that you might die at any moment because you're covered with wounds.
Yeah, I am. I saw a lot of apartments today. I chug it like that explains it.
She nods. Yeah, I figured.
Is it a D4 or
2d4 plus 2.
9 hit points? Beautiful. Okay, I feel normal enough now to not feel so despondent about my apartment situation, and I gotta be real, Bethany, I'm probably gonna live somewhere else, but I'll let you know.
Another sail down the abyss.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Yeah?
Is there anywhere to live in this city that is, I don't know, remotely normal?
Oh my god. No. Oh no, you're being serious. No, definitely not.
I'm gonna leave through a window. I go into the bathroom and I prepare to climb out the window so that I don't have to go in the bar brawl again.
Give me a stealth check.
Okay. Without my normally clinking armor, I'm starting to feel a little bit better in my body today. Even though I've taken a few hits on the chin today, I'm starting to understand how to take them, you know? That's a 22 on my stealth.
You scamper out of the window of this hidden apartment, scaling down the side of the building.
I slip out, goo Rapunzeling down.
Goo Rapunzeling down until you land and goo snaps into your hand. You manage to leave the bottomless bottle without attracting the attention of the countless criminals that are infesting it. And you head back towards the nearest worm station.
All right, Goo, one more. Looks like 0120 Endlessido Infinite Exchange in Andover.
The two of you head into the sparkling void of the nearest worm station. Let's roll another d20.
It would be nice to find a place that's cloose enough to work and Clover to walk, I think. 13?
The train squeals along the cosmic rail, everyone minding their own business, swaying with the cars shifting. When after a few moments you suddenly hear the thundering of an arcane boombox as a group of young folk, a Kenku, a gnome, a Githyanki, and an Earth Genasi in matching red and white vests, hats, and like white Jabberwocky masks rise from their seats. The gnome holds up the boombox and the others begin to move around the cart like waving their arms in the air. Showtime! Immediately, they all begin to take turns breakdancing and utilizing the poles like acrobats, swinging around. It is honestly very impressive, though they are also coming dangerously close to people's faces as they spin and kick outwards.
What kind of fiends?
Jass, the Kenku, this crow folk, grabs like the pole above you, the hand-holding one, and begins to do like a flip through it.
I abbed your enemy. Just kidding.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. 22.
You pass. You manage to duck out of the way as he spins and lands. All of them are chanting like, oh, 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 oh.
Oh, oh, oh.
One of them is like bouncing his hat on his shoe, flipping it up onto his knee, and then up into the air on his head, and the youths just like all cheer.
That's what we're cheering over? He just threw his hat in the air and put it on his head?
Literally another one like slides through the legs and then kicks upwards, the foot coming dangerously close to your face. Give me another dexterity saving throw.
Nat 20.
You manage to like catch the foot, and the gnome just like struggles there for a moment. Hey, let me go, come on.
Yeah, I spin him around.
You spin him out and he like backflips and lands it perfectly. They continue to dance and chant and have a great time until this train begins to slow once more and arrives at the next station, so to speak. The rest of these kids like begin to walk around with their hats out, like clearly asking for money, and the gnome comes up to you and goes, least you can do.
You almost kicked me.
Yeah, but I didn't.
The least you could do is give me money because you almost kicked me.
Give me an intimidation check.
Intimidating kids out of their money. 7.
Flips you off and goes, fuck you, and then runs towards the darkness.
Yeah, fuck you too.
As you follow and head into Grand Worm Central. Can never get it out because it's every time I say it, I'm just like, this is so stupid and so funny. It's like I didn't even try, but we did it together. So I was like, how can I? Just insane. Okay, you are once again swept into the sea of people. Give me one last intelligence check with advantage, thanks to Goo. And you are kind of getting more familiar with the station itself.
We've been here before, Goo.
Right, and it's only been one day, so you imagine many trips it will take before you don't have to be rolling intelligence checks. But who knows? Maybe one of these places will have you riding the worm plenty of times and you'll get used to it.
14.
14, you successfully pass the check and find yourself standing before a tunnel that is labeled Endeavor, specifically words in big gold lettering. The Infinite Exchange.
Last one, Goo. Let's hope it's good because the prospects were a little varied, let's say. Did you just speak?
You head into the void. Give me the last d20 roll of this insane encounter table.
I walk onto the worm. I'm like crouched low so that I have good center of balance. My hand's on my hammer. I'm defending my bag. I'm like making eye contact with everyone to see who's gonna surprise me. I look insane. Oh, nat 20.
The train hurtles through infinity. You have crouched and kept yourself small, eyes up, wary. Nothing terrifying seems to be happening. This appears to be just a normal ride.
I have to roll a nat 20 to have a normal ride on the subway.
Give me a perception check.
So it's not normal.
Seems pretty normal.
I just rolled another nat 20. How'd I roll 2 in a row? That was crazy.
Perfect timing for them. Just when you need 2 nat 20s. Give me a d6 roll.
1.
Underneath your seat, you see a dark, unlabeled duffel bag.
Everyone's just leaving their shit everywhere, huh? All right, I reach down, unafraid, and just tug this one forward, like keeping it on the ground, but I'm bending over and I'm going to open it up.
You pull it out. It is heavy. And as you
unzip it, you see that within it is a square package wrapped with 2 tanks of something, wires connecting everything, and a blinking red light on it.
Goo, I don't think this is a normal worm ride.
What do you do?
I look to the person next to me. I kind of like jerk my elbow into the ribs a little bit, and I go, Ian, is this yours?
The woman next to you looks over. Oh my god, a bomb. Oh my god, and immediately panic begins to spread as people scream and point out at this fucking bag that is clearly a bomb.
I get away from it too because everyone else is getting away from it. I don't think I know what a bomb is, but
you having disturbed it, I think that Jassifer has a vague understanding of what a bomb is.
We've probably got some kind of incendiary, like we get a lot of troll fat, and then it's kind of like a Looney Tunes dynamite situation.
Yeah, a very old-timey sort of like blob.
Wow, this is a really high-tech bomb. I gesture all of the inhabitants of the train over to the side where everyone is kind of running, and I kick the duffel bag like the opposite direction, send it skidding out across the worm floor.
The blinking red light begins to grow faster and faster as you kick it, and it spins across the floor. Everyone is rushing to the opposite side. You see there is a door there leading to other train cars, and people are like pushing and trying to get their way through it, but you are not going to be able to cross into the other car. You know that this is absolutely going to explode.
Does anyone know how to stop this thing? I don't see a wick.
You're looking at it as it slides and bumps up against the opposite side of the train car. You have seemingly seconds. What do you do?
All right, I run forward and I'm gonna try to disable it.
Okay.
I don't think that I don't know that there's a perfect answer here, but I don't think that Jassifer would just cower and let all these people get turned into viscera. So I'm gonna run forward knowing that I'm probably gonna die off mission too, and I don't really know if I get resurrected if I die off mission.
You rush back towards the bomb, which you had pushed away from the other passengers. You see people are like on their phones, clearly calling out to like the Stellar Sentry, like notifying them of this.
It's good they have service.
You rush forward, looking at it. You don't quite understand it, but you do see there's like wires plugged into things. You see that there are like arcane glyphs, like a counter on it underneath that red light that is pulsing faster and faster. You look at it. Go ahead and give me an intelligence check of your choosing. And I'll say that though it has been well past 10 minutes, you can use Clover's Bardic if necessary.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Clover. Okay. I will do a history check and see if I, there's like electrical paneling probably in Clover's apartment. Like I think I explored her apartment a little bit. You know, I looked at like the breaker and stuff just as kind of like a novelty. So I'm just trying to think back since I got here if I recognize any like coding to colors of wires or anything. Okay, with my -1, that's a 14.
You don't necessarily understand this device, but what you do understand is that these wires clearly send energy through them to activate this device. And you look and you like kind of move some of the pieces around and notice where they're plugged in, and you hear the beeping grow louder and louder, and you move some things apart and you locate where the wires are plugged in, and you understand that these things are what is going to supply this device with power.
I look at each wire and I say, one of these could blow the thing, one of these could stop the thing. I grab all 3, I yank them out, and then I grab Goo and I go, gum up the framework, Goo, and I just stick them into the like holes of the bomb, hoping that if like they get gooed up on the inside, that it'll just all kind of like not be able to operate. Do you know what I mean? Like pouring jelly into a PC.
Give me an animal handling check with advantage.
Sorry, but I really want to put Goo in the bomb.
I gotta goo up the bomb.
Goo it up. Animal handling?
Animal handling.
With advantage? That's a 5.
Goo does not want to be shoved into these holes as you like squash him, and he's like just trying to push against you right now.
You've got this, Goo!
Beep, 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 beep. and nothing happens. Having removed the wires, there is no power to send through this device. And as you are just like slamming goo into it, you realize that it hasn't exploded yet. And goo's like, "Da, da, da."
Oh, wow. Hey, good news, everyone. Bombs are pretty easy to neutralize.
Applause breaks out amongst the citizens that are remaining.
I just yanked out all the wires. That really could have killed us.
You saved us! Hero! Just like everyone's like gathering around as the train slows and someone presses the button. Ding! The doors open and phasing in are a number of stellar sentries that rush forward. They're all in heavy armor and have like the mass of people who are defusing bombs.
Yeah, I back up so that I don't appear associated with the bomb.
You back away, hands up.
Whose duffel is that?
Goo doing it as well. Give me a persuasion check.
Who touched that and made it start beeping?
And you can have advantage because enough people here are like
applauding
for you specifically.
Okay, it's a 17.
A 17.
Why would someone mess with that or the wires?
The guards swarm around it. You see one of them, this mage, begins to chant something and pulls out a rope, ties it to this bomb, and then casts rope trick to send it up into this little interdimensional pocket, removing it from the train. As one of these guards, this bug-like insectoid face, this 3-creen stellar sentry turns to you, clicking its mandibles and goes, "Thank you for your hard work."
Hey, quick question. I was on a worm earlier that seemed to go kind of haywire and like derailed, and there was a lot of bumping, and then there's this bomb now. You don't think something's kind of going on like across the city, do you?
This is just like a regular Monday here.
Oh, all right. Hey, you know where I can find 120 Endlessito Infinite Exchange?
Yeah, of course.
And you see, because you were so helpful, this 3-creen pulls out his phone and like types in some things, and then turns to you and shows the map of Endeavor, and he zooms in with his tiny little clawed hands and reveals the Infinite Exchange, this very, very packed together neighborhood.
You're gonna just head out of the train, and you're just gonna head out to the WYRM, and then make sure you just hold the wall. You'll eventually find it.
Very helpful. Thank you. Good luck with the bomb.
Thank you. Please, if you make your mind.
Yeah, okay. I step out.
Exiting from the mall-like opening of the strange tunnel, you enter into the central borough, the first of the 9, oft just called the city, Endeavor. However, you enter not into the glamorous skyscraper-lined streets, nor those more well-off neighborhoods that you guys had driven through at one point. You find yourself in the neighborhood of this city that is more akin to Kowloon, the walled city, that city that was once in China near Hong Kong. Having stepped from the worm station, you literally are at the edge of this deep cut into the asteroid that is completely packed on either side with an eclectic patchwork of different buildings, businesses, apartments, all sorts of different spaces that are interwoven into each other. Neon arcane lights are the primary light source below and above you, where you find more of these buildings just stretching in both directions. The rest of the Infinite Exchange, the major marketplace or bazaar of the city, the more refined section, to be more precise. If the City of Forever is a patchwork of culture and style, the Infinite Exchange is where the patterns become so complex that the individual threads are different colors. Every business you could think of, and some you can't even conceive, seem to be packed within this market within a market. A couple tours a furniture showroom below a boba tea shop, beside a blacksmith near a bodega, connected to a travel agency where a tiny food cart walks outside. The first multiversal bank of the cosmos rises high above down one street, these other looming skyscrapers far in the distance. You are blown away by the complexity of this section, and as you are, a voice cuts you from your gaze. Well, 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 the hero of the WYRM.
Oh, me?
And you turn and see this muscled birdfolk businessman, this winged bald eagle sort of Vince McMahon build Eric Cochra approaching you and applauding you as the various crowds of people are being hustled away by various stellar sentry. He extends a white feathered hand for a handshake. You've got talent, kid. I like that.
Just dumb luck, I think.
He flicks out a perfectly crisp business card bearing a soaring eagle holding a humanoid in its talons, the words Talent emblazoned upon it in a tasteful font. Hands it to you. The name is Talon Scour of Talon's Talent. Have you ever considered the life of a celebrity blood sport athlete?
I've already got a job, thanks.
I like your gumption, kid. I'm gonna make you a star. Call me. And he tosses the business card at you and then takes off into the sky with his wings.
Okay, guess maybe I could find some room for something part-time. I tuck it next to the Infernus Venatorist.
2 business cards in one day.
Wow, I've made a lot of contacts today. Pretty easy city to get around in.
So, from where you're standing, 2 walkways extend out and then to the left and to the right, following the walls of this massive cut into the ground. You are overwhelmed by this insane, crowded portion of Andeavor, which is already one of the most crowded boroughs in the entire city. You do think that this infinite exchange is probably where you could sell your armor and hammer, but you look around and think that you might be late to your appointment if you go shopping at the moment.
Do that right now. Yeah, let's do the apartment thing first, and then we'll see what money we can get later.
And you and Goo follow the correct path alongside this deep cut into the asteroid, traveling into the city within the city. You follow the flow of the crowd down the stairs, carefully navigating the pathway, but before turning down an alley that leads into a mass of commercial and residential spaces this apartment can be found within. This alley is actually more of a tunnel, one of the countless tunnels that weave through this section of Andeavor, and it is honestly magical, both literally and metaphorically. Arcane lights glow from the tiny buildings that line the top 7-foot wide street. You pass a food stand where a few folks sit eating some delicious looking fried balls served by a Slod, this sort of toad humanoid, a family enjoying some time together in their tiny apartment. You head down a set of stairs lined by even more spaces of varying design, a schoolroom, a church, coming down onto a small landing that you realize is actually like a convenience store, like multiple stairways heading from it. This gap between buildings has been reformatted to have like shelves of various goods, food, non-edible products, you name it, just like packed with this alligator lizard folk like reading a book behind the cash register.
I like the neighborhood, Goo. It seems like you can go to the dentist like 3 different places here. None of them seem licensed.
The path continues onward, weaving left and then right and then left again, down more stairs, through an open laundromat and playground, eventually coming to a side hallway labeled Enlecido Alley. At the end of this, less like an alley, more like a hallway, is a small black wood door, apartment 0120. And waiting outside of this small blackwood door is a muscular Goliath man, this hulking figure with gray, chalkish white skin covered in black tattoo-like markings. He's craning his neck to kind of actually be within this hallway, and he turns to you and gives a little smile and wave. Hi! Oro Summit Clef, Sombre Real Estate. It's wonderful to meet you.
Jass, I'm here to see the apartment.
Absolutely, come right in. He struggles to get his keys from his pocket, but eventually uses the correct one to open this door and reveal this potential home. First off, this space is 250 square feet. It is tiny, longer than it is wide, with a kitchen to your left, if you could even call 3 cabinets, a mini fridge, and a 1x1 sink with a similar amount of counter space next to a 2-burner oven, a kitchen. And then the perhaps 10x10 living space is pretty much only big enough for a bed. And that's it. No other furniture. Beyond that is an open door to a bathroom, which is basically just a shower, toilet, sink, all in one in a 5x5 space. Like, where the toilet is below the shower head. And there is one window, decent size, that looks out onto another street, probably 1 story down, with people packed in a small alley as they enjoy a number of food stands, kind of like Eihollen in Amsterdam. You see like various people going about their day. It's a very exciting neighborhood, and the way that it is formed, it's as if people just like built on top of each other, taking advantage of the open space wherever they could. It's fascinating. Oros hunched in the doorway because he really can't make it into this apartment. He goes, "It's small, but the location is incredible. Not far from so many amazing spots in the exchange, a 7-minute walk from a number of WYRM stations, not even mentioning the cultural significance of living in such an old neighborhood. If I could, I honestly would live here."
Yeah, the space doesn't bother me. Remind me how much this one was a month?
This apartment is going to be 11 gold a month.
Makes sense. Good location. Can I kind of rack my brain a little bit thinking about the map that the 3 Kreen showed me of the city? How close is this to the little tiny asteroid that Oddjobs HQ lives on?
I feel like this is kind of walking from 14th Street to Soho, if that makes sense. That would be kind of the distance. This would be the Soho in that analogy. It would be a long walk, depending on how crowded it is, or a quick WYRM station trip, because Oddjobs is obviously a little tiny island attached to the edge of this massive district.
Okay. And what are the neighbors like?
Well, it's a bit noisy, but they're very friendly people. It's a very tight-knit group, as you could probably tell. You're going to be passing through some of your neighbors' apartments, potentially, as you go on your way. So people generally get along, and at this moment you do recognize that it is particularly noisy outside. This is kind of also like living in like the red light district of Amsterdam. It is awake 24/7. And I will just tell you that mechanically, you might occasionally have to roll a con save to see if you actually got a full night's rest before whatever mission you go on, if you choose this place. Unless you find out a way to, like, magically silence the outside world from within this.
Even though this place is so small and doesn't have a lot of the conveniences that most people would be looking for, like, for example, the shower being in a different square foot than the toilet, I think that this is the first place that kind of reminds me of my old home. It's tightly packed in amongst other people. I can hear them living. I can go get some food without going outside if I need to. I think that this kind of person on top of person living is like the most at home that Jassifer could probably feel. She's not a suburbs girly. She doesn't want to live above a bar where people are constantly fighting and killing each other. Gritharis was nice, but would we really have anything in common? I mean, he probably watches sports, and I think that Thorgot is probably the kind of guy to cut himself a key to any apartment that he lends out.
Yeah, he's like the kind of guy who the door opens and you hear he's like, "Hey, you needed me to fix the lamp?" And you're like, "You didn't schedule an appointment and you're just unlocking my door and walking in right now. This is unacceptable."
Like that. So I look at Oros and I say, what kind of paperwork do I need to get you?
I can have a copy of the lease sent to Sindaris post-haste.
I would enjoy that.
So, you'll take it?
When exactly do I owe you 11 gold?
We pull out Jassifer, you and Goo in your new home. Not Erdheim, but the city of forever. And that's where we'll end our story today.
Home sweet home, Goo.
Home sweet home. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you especially to our Eldritch patrons. If you would like to become an Eldritch patron, go to patreon.com/try-not-to-die-pod. Do it.
Come hang out in the community chat with me.
Come hang out in the community chat. You get access to that community chat literally for free. But if you want to give us some money, if you give us $1 or euro, I guess, if you're like me and you live in the EU,
we'll accept any currency.
If you give us a little money, you'll be able to enjoy the vodcast version of these episodes, as you watching this are currently. And those of you who want to give us a little more, for $5, you can get access to the afterlife. That's right, Heaven or Hell, your choice, the official talkback show of Try Not to Die, where we discuss what happened in this arc. I think there's a lot to discuss this time around.
A couple things.
My note is going to look huge for that episode. And also, if you give us $10, you're going to get access to a slew of other full-length episodes that are everything from canon one-shots to like our media musing show where we talk about various nerdy D&D or fantasy media. Anything you want to donate to us is helpful, so please check out the Patreon.
Thank you.
Any plugs, Lise?
I will plug our wonderful network, Lore Party Media. Go check out their podcasts. Follow us on social media. I've deleted all off of its phone because fascism is descending in the West. But you can find me where the wind blows. Find me where the sun shines. Find me where your heart goes. Find me where the poems rhyme.
That was so beautiful.
Thank you.
Did you just come up with that on the spot?
Off the dome. But it sounds like it's from a tome.
Oh! I don't even want to do my plugs after that. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, try not to die.
Oh, clever.
All hail our Eldritch patrons! Especially Andrew, Anita, Ashley, Becca B, Bugroots, Colleen, Colin, Ian, Alana, Emily, Grace, Hope, Jacob, James, Jeff, Joey, Karen, Kate, Katie, Leo, May, Morgan, Paige, Patrick, Sahara, Timmy, and of course, our producer Patty, Patrick Bronstetter, and producer Daddies, Drew Bailey, Sam Golden, Becca Mount, and Rose Evelyn Campbell. We thank you for these podcasting powers and promise to raise hell in your names. Till next time, try not to die.